So before the recording started, सुमन भाई वर सेइंग कि लेट नाइट टॉक तो सीरियसली लेट नाइट टॉक हो गया, रात के मेरे ख्याल से 12 बजने वाले हैं। तो सुमन भाई आइडिया यही था, क्योंकि हम प्रोफेशनल्स रात को ही टाइम मिलता है, शाम को थक हार के आते हैं काम कुम करके, तो वीकेंड पे रात को बैठते, तो हमने सोचा नाम भी यही रख देते हैं, लेट नाइट टॉक्स।
Nice.
तो हाउ इट वाज, दैट इज हाउ इट
Good.
वाज नेम्ड।
Nice.
कभी
Very nice.
हमेशा लेट नाइट नहीं होता। कभी कभी सुबह भी हो जाती।
Okay. Nice.
हाँ। अरे वो सुमन भाई अपने जैसी है, वो भी रात को लेट जागते हैं, शादी के बाद अभी चल रहा है क्योंकि अभी बीवी नहीं है। बट जब वाइफ आएगी तब तो पता नहीं, बट अभी तो उनका हमारे जैसे ही चल रहा है, बैचलर लाइफ ही चल रही है उनकी।
मेरा तो शादी के बाद भी वो नेचुरल लाइफ की फीलिंग है, मुझे लगता नहीं है that major people doesn't think I got married also. Many people doesn't know that I got married. तो ऐसा फीलिंग
हाँ।
है। तो हाँ मतलब बट इवन आई वर्क ऑल्सो लेट नाइट। मतलब मुझे ना वो रात का जो सुकून है ना उस टाइम मुझे काम करने का मन आता है।
हाँ।
तो
दैट दैट आई थिंक इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द डेफिनेशंस ऑफ बीइंग अ बैचलर, रात को जग रहे हो तो बैचलर हो तुम।
हाँ मतलब यू कैन से दैट बट आई नॉर्मली ट्राई टू अवॉइड इट बिकॉज लाइक यू नो दैट इज नॉट गुड। बट हाँ हो जाता है एक्चुअली यू नो वही है।
ठीक है। तो सुमन भाई वी हैव स्मॉल क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू, वो जल्दी जल्दी से रैप अप करते हैं, एंड विल ट्राई टू क्विकली रैप इट अप क्योंकि लेट हो रहा है। अच्छा, तो फर्स्ट थिंग वाज यू जॉइंड अ जेनपैक्ट एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट स्ट्रेट आउट ऑफ एमबीए, तो वाज इट योर कैंपस प्लेसमेंट?
यस।
ओके, एंड डिड यू होल्ड पैरेलल ऑफर्स एज वेल, या फिर एक ही ऑप्शन था एंड यू वेंट अहेड विद दैट?
I got for the so I was in the finance and systems wala specialization.
ओके।
So on the finance side, I got in Royal Bank of Scotland, and
अच्छा, आरसीपी।
for
हाँ।
the system side, basically the IT side, I got into Genpact, the analytics side, and also
हम्म।
there is called Muthoot Finance, that one.
मुथूट
विथआउट
फाइनेंस,
फाइनेंस।
करेक्ट।
राइट।
हाँ।
So the reason I chose a very childish, don't laugh. The reason I chose Genpact is basically almost the package are same. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था.
अच्छा।
For this that obviously there was scope of me coming to my hometown because Genpact was there in Kolkata also, in
ओके।
Gurgaon also, Delhi NCR and everywhere. And secondly,
ओके।
it was मुझे ना Genpact का जो टैग था ना आईडी टैग ना वो बहुत पसंद आया था. ठीक है वो ब्लू कलर का. तो
ओ।
तो
हाँ।
it was so blue was my favorite color that time. तो
अच्छा।
even now also. तो मुझे
हाँ।
लगा यार ये तो अच्छा लग रहा है देखने में. तो
अच्छा। ओके।
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit childish, but
हाँ।
because I was college pass out, dude, I don't even know what is analytics is or whatever it is.
हाँ।
Okay, because what we study and what we do in the real time job is a little bit totally, I would say, different, right?
राइट राइट, इट इज।
तो वो तो था एक तो मेजर आई वुड से एक चेंजेस था, but
ओके।
yeah, that's the things went in that way.
राइट। So, Suman, as far as I'm aware, when you graduate out of MBA, so for 1 year, I think you remain the management trainee. Then after they provide you the full-time designation. Is it?
So management trainee is basically nothing but assistant manager for
Okay.
Genpact. So I joined here
Okay.
as assistant manager, and
Okay.
business analyst is basically the same designation. The same designation. The role gets changed. I mean, you become
Right.
assistant manager only, and
Right.
that time in Genpact terms, it is basically business analyst because you're part of analytics then.
Right.
So I was into global finance before when I joined as a management trainee.
Right.
Then I moved towards the analytics side.
Okay. Okay. And you have roughly spent around like 3 years at Genpact. So, what was the moment which made you realize, okay, now it is a time for a switch, and why did you left the Genpact?
Uh, yeah, I mean, see, thing is this like, I mean, that's a very tricky question, by the way. I mean, The reason basically is I got an opportunity with Deloitte after that. ठीक है?
Okay.
Because that time Deloitte का बहुत fame था. ठीक है? When I went passed out
Right.
and all that.
One of the
वो
big
भी-
four.
तो and you know मेरे ऑफिस में सब लोग बोलता था Deloitte is very good, KPMG is very good, PwC is very good. तो एक
Right.
trend था. But to be very
Hmm.
honest, that was not the biggest reason. It's basically I would say that the major reason I changed in my profile is basically the tech stacks, because मुझे लगता था that I need to work on the new tech stacks, and
Hmm.
that's a major reason. And to be very honest, if you see all my changes, it's basically of the tech stacks as well as a role change only.
Right. Right. Hmm. So while you got the opportunity from Deloitte, like you were seeking out for opportunity, did you apply to Deloitte via some portal or they reached out to you?
So to be very honest, I never applied. TK, because I never thought that I'll get an opportunity to work with Deloitte or anything.
Okay.
So I didn't apply. I think I had my
Okay.
profile created long time back in one of the job portals. So
Okay.
and that's the way the HR reached out to me, and that's the only. I mean, yeah, that's the way it went actually. And to be very honest, my manager in Genpact actually was the person who, like, supported me the most, who told me
Okay.
that at least you should sit for an interview, you should at least try.
Okay.
नहीं होगा तो नहीं होगा,
Okay.
that's fine. At least you should try.
Hmm.
Because कोलकाता में जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स आ रहा था ना Genpact का, वो एक टाइम में ना पूरा बॉटल नेक टाइप का हो गया था. उसमें
Hmm.
is basically copy and pasting वाला some काम हो रहा था. So after that it
Right.
was not, yeah, it was something, right? So I mean, he have seen me, the type of person I am. So maybe that's the reason he always wanted me to grow.
Right. Right. And also, Suman, for freshers who are probably graduating out of engineering colleges or post graduating out of MBA colleges, like how would you suggest, like, should they prefer or to go on to work with Genpact in case they have parallel offers, or in terms of the work culture, in terms of how much care they took of their employees? How is in general the work culture at Genpact? Would you suggest a fresher to go on and join Genpact?
So, so Genpact that time culture is different, and now the culture has improved and developed a lot. Okay. The pay
Okay.
scale have increased a lot, especially in
Okay.
analytics or the data science side, even the engineering side also. Like
Okay.
couple of my friends recently moved there. If talking about the current scenario, I would definitely tell that person, because see, if you're going to a service based firm, there's always an opportunity to learn and grow things, because सर्विस बेस में ना काम बहुत रहता है. ठीक है. I mean, ऐसा नहीं है प्रोडक्ट
Right.
बेस में नहीं रहता.
Right.
आई वुड से
Right.
सर्विस बेस में थोड़ा रहता ही है. वन
सुमन भाई
मिनट.
थोड़ा कैमरा नीचे करोगे क्या? योर फेस वो हिल गया है. योर फेस इज नॉट विजिबल.
मैं वही फिक्स करो. 1 minute, जस्ट गिव मी. ओके, आई थिंक इट्स बेटर नाउ.
हाँ बेटर
तो
ना.
बेटर.
बेटर.
हाँ तो सो हाँ मतलब I would, I mean, I would obviously suggest that someone who is learning, who's a fresher, obviously there's an area and opportunities to learn and grow. I mean, people should obviously,
हाँ.
I mean, if they get an opportunity, they should go there. Jetpack का training culture बहुत better है. I mean, they will train you a lot. I have
ओके.
seen that. Their
ओके.
training styles are pretty nice, even for TCS also.
ओके.
I have seen that. So yeah, definitely a good place to go to start their career. Even the
राइट.
mid careers also.
ओके. ओके. And at Deloitte, I think Deloitte India, it was offices to US, so it was Deloitte USI, correct? Hyderabad office.
Yes, it is. Even USI is also here also in Gurgaon. The USI is basically right now. It's in three places. It's in sorry, four places: Bangalore, Mumbai,
Okay.
Hyderabad, and Gurgaon. So
Okay.
there's a
So
different entity actually for
okay.
Deloitte.
Okay.
So one is Deloitte
Okay.
India, which only takes care of the India member firm, and Deloitte USA is
Right.
basically nothing but US office in India. So
Right.
it takes the
Right.
global part. I mean, all the global projects come there.
Right. तो दोनों में फर्क क्या है सुमन भाई कि Deloitte India deals with the Indian clients, is it? या फिर Deloitte USI works for the US clients, is it? What is the difference?
Uh, so Deloitte in India का और एक term है, that is Deloitte Touch and Tomatsu Limited. ठीक है? That is
Right.
actually
Right.
that is actually the India member firm. So Deloitte में ना any big fours में तुम जाओगे तो so they are divided into member firms वाला concept is comes. So member firm is nothing but
Okay.
the region they operate. So India is the region which is called a member firm. So Deloitte India is only takes care of the India wala projects.
Okay.
And Deloitte
Okay.
USA is basically it's a global scene where you will be
Right.
so Deloitte US here Deloitte USA के under ही Deloitte India पड़ता है, Deloitte China पड़ता है and all this. So it's basically
Okay.
the umbrella, the main umbrella.
Right. Okay. Got it. And then after, I think after Deloitte, Deloitte में ना आपने you have worked a lot into analytics. You got into ये जो सारे tools है, Zengo, ETL tool, Pentaho, right? Hive, DB2, Tableau, Cognos, SQL. You were pretty much aware earlier as well. I think PI, agile methodologies. So all these tools and frameworks you got introduced to during working with Deloitte, or you were familiar with earlier as well while working with Genpact.
Major tools I was not. That's the main reason I switched to Deloitte because I wanted to
Right.
work on these tools because this was something very new to me. And Deloitte was a place actually where I learned a lot, to be very honest.
Okay.
So उधर ना,
Okay.
मतलब before I was in Deloitte, when before I was in like in Genpact, so I used to work in those Excel wala reporting automation VBA wala things and all this, and I used to think that
Right.
I'm the champ. Okay. Once I went
Hmm.
there in my team, they used to mix Excel in mixing
Hmm.
grinder and they used to print it. Okay. इतना खतरनाक level का
Okay.
knowledge. तो so
Okay.
ठीक है मतलब Deloitte में मेजर क्राउड देखा मतलब even I have
हाँ.
seen in EY also and even in PwC also people who have worked
Okay.
in this big fours ना especially in the analytics sides ठीक है they are very good in
Hmm.
Excel normally
Right.
देखा
Hmm.
तो and obviously there's I got an opportunity to work on different tools like जैसे Cognos वगैरह then Hive.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this
Hmm.
is something I learned from there. Then I did those certifications from there, and they also helped me in one of the certifications, which is not mentioned here. So I did
Okay.
one certification from Bits Pilani. So they helped me over there.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. And I think you left around August the 2019. You left Deloitte, right? And you were primarily working as a senior management consultant. So, firstly, again, why did you left Deloitte, and what was the like motivation behind it?
The major reason of leaving Deloitte was first and foremost work-life balance. Big Four में
Okay.
मतलब I mean I'm sure people knows about it that the work-life
Right.
balance is very difficult to
Right.
maintain. But
Hmm.
I mean, people who loves to work in that way, they have. I've seen people who have stayed long time. Even my sister is from
Right.
Deloitte, so she's like
Okay.
working there more than
Okay.
8 years. So,
Acha.
so
Okay.
like, so I mean, so yeah, so that's a thing actually. So it is differs actually. That's one of the biggest challenge. And then
Hmm. Hmm.
it was like वो घर में ना वो शादी का बात चल रहा था. So I wanted to come
Okay.
back to the
हाँ.
north side actually, and then eventually
हाँ.
that was the main agenda
हाँ.
I would say.
Okay. Okay. And how did you find out your next company, MetLife? Did you like research, or they reached out to you for a job role?
Actually, MetLife was okay. I didn't. Another reason I left MetLife is because of my team. Okay, my
Okay.
entire team moved to
Okay.
MetLife. Okay, so
अच्छा.
so my manager, my senior manager, actually told me that you would like to join, then आ जाओ.
हाँ.
So I was part of MetLife. And I started there. ठीक है.
अच्छा.
So my entire team was there, my
Okay.
manager was there, even my director was there. So
हाँ.
that's it.
And I think it was during the MetLife time frame when you got really into this data science thing, right? Working heavily on Python and analytics specifically, right? That is when you got introduced to the real data science part, was it?
Yes. So basically, so पहले जब मैंने join किया था, I was just to leading a team majorly on the Python automation side and the PI side, and also the Cognos side also. And
Right,
then eventually, जब
right,
थोड़ा बहुत profile का role change हुआ था, so
right.
after that I was heavily into the data science team basically. So I was leading one team for the audit.
Okay,
So there's a
okay,
team which sits which called internal audit actually. So internal audit is nothing but
okay.
MetLife is basically an insurance company. So before they accept any insurance globally, they like to
Huh.
audit a person, either you're a terrorist or something. So we used to verify that, validate that. So this
Okay,
validation के लिए हम लोग सब ML के algorithms use करते थे. And I was also
okay.
heavily part of that because that's the time I faced that, oh wow, this is something very different. I knew
Hmm.
statistics, but how the statistics are integrated here, the real time data में
Right,
क्या हो रहा है.
right,
So that's the one thing. Then I got introduced towards this time series models,
right,
because like let's say like that's very, I mean, the credit risk monitoring जो होता है, right? And then fraud
right,
detection
right,
algorithms होता है.
right.
So we have worked on those things, and I was
Hmm.
my team is to work, and then some of the things I also worked hands on over there.
Right.
uh,
Hmm.
because मुझे अच्छा लगा था. So I was never been a manager or a lead जो होता है ना सब टीम के ऊपर
Right,
छोड़ के देता है. There are like people you will like, there are a lot of roles which you will find that
right,
that hardly a manager role जिसमें
right.
functional role जिसको बोलते हैं, ठीक है. I was never been that role. I was like a tech functional mixture role. So
Okay,
I used to do the technical, like both side, the management as well as the technical side also.
right.
So that's the way I would say.
Okay. So
And
would it be correct to conclude that you enjoy the technical part more on the hands-on rather than being on the managerial side of the role?
यार मुझे ना मतलब ये मेरा एक कंफ्यूजन था इसमें, ठीक है. that I what I really want, or what
हाँ,
I really want to see myself in the long run, ठीक है. And I asked all my
हाँ.
leaders to be very honest, and that's a very honest thing actually. So I asked
Okay.
my director or my AVP or my like my direct managers जो
हाँ,
पिछली company.
हाँ.
So
हाँ.
I used to ask so the last firm which I was working, so basically I used to report
Right.
our leader. So basically we used to work as I mean, we used to directly report to the India leader. Okay? So he was
Okay.
the lead for the entire India side. So I used to
Right.
ask him, what do you think of me? Do you think I'm more of a, like a project manager? Or do you think I'm more of a, like a
Right.
people manager plus project manager? Or do you think something
हाँ,
else? तो मुझे
हाँ.
यही बोला गया था, like if you talk about me, like if anybody tells Suman, who is Suman, but how is Suman?
हाँ,
First and foremost, I don't think
हाँ.
he's a project manager, neither a people manager. ठीक है. Because people
Okay.
manager का जो भी काम करता था वो खुद ही करके रिपोर्ट सबमिट कर देता था.
Okay. Okay.
So so he sees
हाँ.
me or like more of a like a solution architect or solution lead sort of a role.
Okay.
For me, I feel
हाँ,
that I am inclined towards the technical side. ठीक है.
हाँ.
With a mixture of the team handling role also, जो
Hmm.
इतने साल से मैं करके आया हूँ.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. एंड भाई उसके बाद ये स्ट्राइकर वाला कैसा सीन हुआ लाइक डिड यू अप्लाई टू स्ट्राइकर कैसे पता चला इसके बारे में?
स्ट्राइकर वाला I applied. It
ओके.
was during the time of COVID, I would say. ठीक है.
ओके.
COVID में so as you know, recession was happening, right? People was the first time was very
राइट.
it was not the right time. So there was a
राइट.
problem in our team also. ठीक है. And they were like reducing the manpower, I would say. ठीक है,
ओके,
in a
वर्कफोर्स
different.
कट ऑफ कर रहे थे, ले ऑफ्स।
So eventually I applied. ठीक है, for various firms I interviewed for Uber also, and Uber was that time was very bad condition. Uber Ola. I think
ओके
Uber I was there. Then so Striker I got interviewed and I somehow cleared.
ओके
Striker का interview process थोड़ा lengthy होता है, ठीक है, and
ओके।
so they almost take around 6 to 7 interview rounds normally.
हाँ,
So so yeah, that's the way I got into Striker.
okay, okay. And why was Striker the first phase when you got introduced to the AWS cloud platform, Amazon EC2 और S3 bucket services ये सब, या उससे पहले भी क्लाउड पे काम करा था डेलॉयट में?
So basically, we used to do freelancing. Okay.
ओके
So my brother used to do freelancing, and
ओके
he was running a company. So in eventual
ओके
times, when I used to see his projects, so कैसे क्या कर रहा है, I learned from there, I would say,
ओके
and
ओके
basically out of self-interest, ही majorly जो सीखा हूँ मैं, because that time वो AWS वाला
ओके
scene, you know, even now also AWS is something like, you know, out of the, I would say out of 100% of the cloud platform, AWS is like the, I would say 60% occupies the space.
राइट, इट
Rest,
हैज द लार्जेस्ट मार्केट शेयर।
right? Rest 30% Azure have taken, and the rest 10% GCP is now there. So अभी GCP
जीसीपी
is
एंड
evolving. I mean,
राइट।
obviously the ratios has changed. अभी क्या हो गया ना, मतलब वो Microsoft का जो tech stack हो गया ना, मतलब you have the Office, you have everything, right? People are eventually going towards the Azure side.
राइट,
But
सो sort of a small follow-up on that. Why do you think कि AWS or Amazon has the highest cloud market share in the market? Why not GCP? Why not Google? Why not Microsoft?
so, so the main reason I would say is basically uh, that time AWS was the biggest platform, I would say. Okay, when they have risen, I mean, the data centers were more. तुम्हारा
Okay,
coverage, global coverages था, it was bigger in any other aspects. Like that time IBM was also there, but उसका market
right.
इतना strong नहीं था because of the service. Amazon का service was like a
Okay.
world class service, ठीक है. So they
Hmm.
have improved and they have increased rapidly. So for example, DynamoDB or Redshift DB जो भी था, it didn't came like that. With seeing the
Hmm.
market trends, the data usage they have automatically improved, and they have
Right.
kept their standards every time. Even now also, okay. Even now also they have
Right.
kept standards so much, okay. I mean, obviously, उसके parallel अभी तो सभी services का, you know, you have Azure का thing and you GCP का भी सभी आ गया. Almost everything is there now.
Right.
But I would say that, you know, obviously Azure, that was, I mean, they were like creating their base that time, and
Hmm.
secondly, the price was the biggest factor.
Right.
AWS का price factor
Okay.
was little bit cheaper compared to the other
Okay.
service providers. अभी क्या हो गया,
Okay.
Azure का जो major scene जो है अभी, because of the Microsoft tech stack, because companies are taking the
Hmm.
entire tech stack, Microsoft का पूरा
Right.
package लेता है, so उससे ना उन लोगों को discounts मिलता है,
Right.
offers आता है,
Huh.
so
Huh.
it actually reducing the price, and
Huh.
people are now going towards the Microsoft side now. But still now,
Okay.
it for AWS is still now is bigger compared to Azure, because
Right.
Azure का जो price structure है ना, like small startups can't afford that much. But AWS में तुम्हारा जो price structure, it's very flexible and it's very.
Yeah.
I have used personally
Hmm.
AWS का. Even I currently have my own personal AWS accounts. It will hardly cost you कितना, मतलब मैं I use Redshift, I use BigQueries and everything. Month में मेरा bills
Hmm.
कितना आता है, 1,000 rupees max. यार
Okay.
मैं तो Azure में खुद का अकाउंट बनाया था, ADF यूज किया था, उसमें 5,000 का बिल
Okay.
आ गया था 1 month का.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's the main reason it is there.
The cost of
हाँ.
optimization of AWS is also very like great.
Mhm.
हम्म, ठीक है। और सुमन आपने ना मल्टीपल फील्ड्स में लाइक काम कर लिया है, क्योंकि डेलॉयट वाज इनटू ऑडिटिंग एंड मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग, जेनपैक्ट वी नो, राइट। उसके बाद मेटलाइफ वाज मोर इनटू इंश्योरेंस डोमेन, स्ट्राइकर इज मोर इनटू आई थिंक मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट, उल्टा हो गया शायद, हाँ। एंड सर्कल के नाउ इज इनटू रिटेल। सो यू हैव दिस डाइवर्सिफाइड एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ वर्किंग इन मल्टीपल डोमेन्स। सब में एनालिटिक्स की एप्लीकेशन यू हैव सीन की कैसे करते हैं, क्या करते हैं, right?
Mhm.
Which domain you have enjoyed the most, or you aspire to work in future more, or you are still experimenting?
To be very honest, I have not worked in all the domains till now. Telecom sector, I didn't work. The government sector, I never worked. There are like a lot of sectors, right? So, ठीक है, अभी तक exposure इतना नहीं मिला मुझे.
Right,
So now, whatever the fields I have worked on, I have seen
right.
the major chunk of data जहाँ मिलता है, एक है retail, ठीक है, and
हाँ,
second is the life science side, ठीक है,
right.
because उसमें जो patients का जो histories आता है ना, that is tremendous, that is like
हाँ,
huge.
okay.
Again, अभी देखो अभी तो मतलब with coming of this Scala, then
Hmm,
uh,
hmm,
big data वाला sites, right? अभी major
right.
companies are creating a framework in such a way, so if they're in the future they're moving towards the big data sites, they will not face any challenge. It is already integrated in that way. So
Hmm,
अभी तो integration से, but majorly if you talk about the sectors which have enjoyed the most is basically the life science sector.
okay.
Secondly, yeah, the majorly the life science sector, and insurance also a very good sector where people can explore things because उसमें ना real time बहुत problems आता है. For example, real time problems in the sense, तो वो सभी sectors में real time आता है. जो मुझे interest लगता है is basically fraud वाला things, ठीक है?
Hmm,
Because you
hmm,
get those detections का things, right? कितने लोग कितना fraud कर रहे हैं, और
right,
capturing illegal tracks and everything with your time series things, with your precisions and
right,
the recall sites. So those things are pretty interesting.
right.
So actually, I mean, and एंटी मनी जो इंटरनल ऑडिट हो, एएमएल जो जिसको बोलते हैं, ठीक है, एंटी मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, so is
Right,
one of the biggest
right.
sector. No, I'm not talk about sector. It's basically one of the biggest chunk of the finance department. ठीक है, जो बैंकिंग
Okay.
और एफएसआई में जो काम किया है और फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर्स में काम करेगा ना, so ये
हाँ,
AML जो side है ना, that is one of the biggest chunk over there. Everybody is concentrated over there because nobody wants to get fraud or nobody wants to get any legal action that भाई तुम्हारे बंदे से तुमने ट्रांजैक्शन किया ना, he's a terrorist, you got captured, अब तुम्हारे बिजनेस में हैम्पर होगा. So nobody wants that. कोई भी brand value के ऊपर खेलना नहीं चाहता. So that is the main reason they are major. Lot of companies are focused on the
right,
AML stuff. So you
right,
talk about banks, you talk about insurance, you talk about policies. Everybody is focused over there.
right. ठीक है. Also, Suman bhai, before we started our conversation, I asked you to pick three personalities you want to talk about. So you picked Martin Odersky, then Ozzy Osbourne, and the third was what your father, right? So briefly, please mention about what they do, और आपको इनके बारे में क्या स्पेशल लगता है that they made your list, and like why they are on your list, what is so interesting about them?
So, okay. Let's first focus on Ozzy. Okay.
Right.
So Ozzy
Hmm.
Osbourne was nothing. Was a musician. Is a musician. Currently, he's also plays.
Right.
So the
Right.
reason I he inspired me is basically he's actually a fighter. He struggled a
Okay.
lot in his life. With a lot of personal problem, uh, career
Okay.
issues, but he have fought, okay, and
Okay.
he has moved to that ladder. So
Okay.
his music is all over the world. They know whoever loves
Okay.
the metal music or progressive rock, and
Right.
and I mean, he's a little bit different than others because of his voice and the type of music he does. Okay, so that's the main
Right.
reason, and he is one of the main
So what?
reason.
Right. So what interests you more, her music or her growth and struggle story?
Uh,
Like what
so
intrigues you more?
so Ozzy's the major thing which inspires me is basically the his life and how he have moved. So so if coming to your question, it's not only the life or like the person he was, is basically
Right.
obviously he is one thing. That is the first thing, and secondly is music also. So both thing I love about him.
Okay. 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 Sounds good.
And
Then to
second,
the next personality, Martin Podolsky.
yeah. So Odersky is one person that is basically inspired me to come to data engineering. One of the main reasons.
Right. Right.
Because मुझे ना उसके चक्कर में स्काला सीखना पड़ा.
Okay. Okay.
So in the last two forms,
Okay.
okay, the last two forms we like every firms have a different different management ball sets, their mindsets, their way of growing,
Right.
development, integrations जितना होता है. So I not
हाँ.
even knew
हाँ.
there's a language called Scala that time. ठीक है. तो
Right.
So Scala was something very different because I was not familiar with Java or JavaScripts because it's basically created on the top of JavaScripts. So whoever is a Java
Right.
developer, it's very easy to understand. मतलब क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है.
Right. Right.
Eventually, once I learned and once I started working in the production environment, so basically Scala is nothing
Right.
but the a language where you can actually work on the directly on the production side. अभी तो स्पार्क आ गया and everything is there, but स्पार्क तो एक जगह में जाके जैसे क्वेरीज वगैरह इंटीग्रेशंस में तुम जैसे कैशेस वगैरह तुम क्लियर करते हो, राइट, when you start a
Right.
session, right? So you can directly do that with Scala.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Say, for example, you writing a code which is that will take a query of like 1 hour, for example, to run the code. You can actually
Right.
define those things that कहाँ तुम stop करो, caches clear करो, and
Right.
again run करो.
Okay.
You see the difference, right, between Spice, Spark, and of Scala.
Right. Right.
Those are the
Hmm.
functionalities which is there. One is second is optimization. जैसे Python में तुम
Right.
optimize कर सकते हो, इसमें भी तुम optimize कर सकते हो. So all over it
Right.
is same, but for the engineering side, basically, whoever is working in the Java APIs or the platform, we basically use Scala to make the code
Right.
more detail oriented, or it makes it much better. And वो ना बहुत
Right.
fast run करता है. Even I worked in
Okay.
Spark also. Even I worked in Scala also. I felt that
Okay.
Scala और ज़्यादा जल्दी काम करता है.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. And
So
lastly, your father, Suman, precisely.
okay, whatever I am right now is because of that person. Even I am this world because of that
Right.
person.
Right.
And I have seen my father. मतलब he was a very simple person. Like मतलब वो होता है ना, मतलब job start किया very small village wala
Right.
person, you know, and he have
Right.
grown himself. He made him someone that my father have a like like have a book. So people knows
Right.
him. So
Right.
that is one thing which inspired me a lot. And secondly, a person you should be, and what a person defines about yourself, right? And when I talk
Right.
about that is basically your characteristics. What should be a
Okay.
positive thinker.
Right.
Again, be a fighter. If you don't know things, you have that willingness
Right.
to learn. So
Right. Right.
it's actually something which I get from my father, seeing him all these
Right.
years now also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Suman,
Okay,
we
so
have a very few minutes left. तो छोटे छोटे कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं. हाँ, अनमोल, you want
so
to go?
so we so we'll discuss about the finances. ठीक है, तो लास्ट के कुछ मिनट्स बचे, इसमें हम फाइनेंसेस डिस्कस करेंगे आपके. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले आपको प्रिसाइज आंसर देने हैं. तो सबसे पहले, ठीक है, आपने अपने शादी के लिए कितने पैसे इकट्ठे किए थे? ठीक है.
Okay. I was not ready for marriage, to be very honest.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Uh,
when I never thought that I will get married soon. So,
okay.
yeah, anyways, I somehow survived whatever I got from my UK wala trip. Mein. ठीक है. So I stayed there
ओके
almost like a
ओके.
year.
हाँ
Basically, uh, my entire MetLife I was in London.
हाँ
So
हाँ.
so I mean that's whatever the savings I have is basically I got. तो ऑलमोस्ट कितना हुआ था,
हम्म.
ज्यादा नहीं हुआ था, बिकॉज वट एवर आई अर्नड आई स्पेंड इन लाइक घूमने इधर उधर में. आई थिंक
ओके
आई स्पेंड अराउंड
ओके
आई 4-5 माई बी लाइक
Okay.
दैट.
Okay. Give us an idea about your spendings, okay, in the splits, like in the percentages. ठीक है, आप जितना earn करते हो उनमें से कितना रेंट में जाता है, कितना कहाँ जाता है, इन परसेंटेजेस में आप बता दीजिए.
ओके. ओके. So out of 100% of my earnings,
राइट.
20% obviously goes on the rent. Gurgaon is very expensive,
ओके ओके
and rest on my almost like 27, 70, no, not 70. I would say 50% goes for
हाँ.
my EMIs. Okay.
अच्छा.
Okay.
EMI.
Yeah, the EMIs in the sense like I bought a house. So
हाँ. ओके ओके
my matlab, my gari ka EMIs and then other peripherals and all this. And the rest other
राइट
is basically I try to save some money because बुढ़ापन आ रहा है and बहुत expensive हो रहा है, medicals and all this. So I try to save some
राइट.
because you never know what will happen.
Okay.
ठीक.
Son by how much time it will take to clear all the EMIs?
Oh wow. So my
हाँ.
home loan is for 25 years.
Okay.
तो
ओहो. यार मैं तो सोचता था 20 साल से ज्यादा देते ही नहीं, आपने 25 करा लिया है.
हाँ, मैंने 25 किया था because of some connections I had.
ओके ओके
तो so you can eventually calculate. So I bought the house like 2 years back. During time of COVID, I bought. That is also one of the best thing.
ओके ओके.
And that's the reason I think I got the 25 years wala thing.
Okay.
So and
और
yeah,
सुमन, वो घर जो आपने खरीदा था कोविड में, अभी उसमें रह रहा है, फैमिली वही रह रही है या वो खाली पड़ा है, लाइक या रेंटेड है?
yeah, actually it is on the process of building. It is actually on the process of constructing. Constructions chal raha hai. So
ओके.
they have told us like by this year end we will get the handover position will jaye.
And Son by the EMIs might have also increased for that, right?
Uh,
इंटरेस्ट
no.
रेट हाइक की वजह से प्रोबेबली.
नहीं, that they have not increased it. That is one of the biggest thing. See, my like, I mean, I know someone, तो उसमें से वो concession हो गया था. So whatever the EMIs I was paying, उसमें से variance
हाँ.
मतलब कितना हुआ, 1,000 रुपए और 2,000 ऐसे ही हुआ था. दादा कुछ difference इतना variance नहीं आया. उस tax में change हुआ है. Because I have
ओके
seen people जिसमें वो random drastic 7-8 हजार का 10 हजार का भी variance आ गया था EMI में.
हाँ
मेरा इतना नहीं हुआ.
हाँ. ठीक है ठीक है.
Okay, with all your
एक
savings, when are you planning to retire as early as possible? When are you planning? ठीक है, आपने सोचा है, कुछ नंबर सोचा है?
Yeah, actually, the day I can save some good couple of money and I can start my own business. ठीक है. I wanted to create build one of my things actually. I don't know when it will happen. कैसे होगा, किस type का होगा, I
हाँ
don't know.